Right, everybody. Welcome to twitch.tv/MasterDulkTV. I am OG Master Dulk. With me is Sir Kolveski. How you
Hello.
doing, bro?
I am doing awesome. I'm procrastinating on homework and casting StarCraft. What else would you be doing with life?
Nothing else.
Of course.
Alright, and we are here today to watch the IvDGaming.com number 77. This is the last qualifier before the big tournament, which is next Saturday. Yep. Alright, so we're getting into the game here now. Spawning on top of the pink Zerg. He is actually one of the IvD casters himself. Probably one of the best. He is Jetricxz.
Woo, Jetricxz! And then spawning in the bottom left, the opponent Zerg. Spawning in the green, we have treesquid. It's a very interesting name, treesquid. What do you think about the name treesquid?
It's really weird. It sounds different.
He's a treesquid.
It sounds like how steak ice cream would taste like.
I don't know. I mean, he could be some kind of a monkey. I guess you could count that as a treesquid. I don't know.
I guess. I'm not completely sure, though. We do have Jetricxz going to be going for a drone scout here, and treesquid going to be going for a 12 gas. So we're probably going to be seeing some sort of crackling play.
Yeah, indeed. And it looks like Jetricxz still is droning, and he hasn't done anything yet. He's probably going to be going straight for a hatchery. And it looks like he's just going to scout. He's going to get in there, he's going to see the spawning pool, and he's going to see the extractor. And he might have a little panic moment.
Yeah, he doesn't have a spawning pool yet. He's throwing it down now, but not only will treesquid have his Zerglings out about 20 seconds faster, treesquid, he'll also be getting metabolic boost 20 seconds faster. And that's, well, not even 20 seconds faster. It might be a whole lot more earlier because Jetricxz, he still has yet to get his extractor. He's getting it now, and he's also going to be expanding. This is a bit of a smart move because treesquid going to be going for the metabolic boost all in, and, well,
Yeah.
metabolic boost, it helps a lot.
Yep. Jetricxz, he did go ahead and he did go for the hatchery. So if he can hold off the lings from treesquid, he will be in an insanely better position than his opponent. But the difficulty is going to be in can he hold off the speedlings that are coming? And they're going to be they're going to have speed a lot sooner than his lings are. And he's definitely going to be on the defensive for the time being.
Yep. Right now, we do have treesquid getting just his large amount of Zerglings so far. I'm surprised, though, that he's going to be deciding to turtling with his Zerglings instead of going straight for the attack. Normally, that is what you do, but treesquid actually just going to be keeping these Zerglings for right now. Is he going to be sending them out? Yes, he is. He's also going to be expanding behind this, but Jetricxz, he already has his expansion. So treesquid needs to do a lot of damage with this attack, or it's not going to be helping a lot.
Indeed, Jetricxz is going to be ahead economically as long as he can keep these lings from coming in and doing too much damage to his base. It looks like he already has one spine collar going down, and the lings are coming in just as speed starts. They're going to get a surround on the queen, it looks like, but they're going to have to go. They're going to have to run back, at least for now.
Yep. So right now, Jetricxz, he's actually doing a pretty good job at defending for Zerglings, trying to get in and around, but alas, they're going to have to leave. There is a spine crawler going up for Jetricxz, a smart move. We do see that Jetricxz has gotten rid of the Zerglings, but treesquid sending some reinforcements up the bottom path of the map here, and now a baneling nest on the way for both players. This is smart, but Jetricxz needs to get his metabolic boost out as fast as he possibly can and just hold until then. We do have the two queens just going to try and stay at the ramp. Probably going to try doing the queen block at the ramp to stop the Zerglings from getting in.
Indeed, and it looks like, at least for now, the Lings have been held off. There aren't any more Lings in production from treesquid. At least for now, it looks like Jetricxz might be out of the woods, but in ZVZ you never really can tell.
Yep. And as you said, in ZVZ you can't really tell because ZVZ is a very coin flippy matchup. One small mistake can cost you the entire game, such as one bad misrally or one bad engagement of one Balin blows up all your Zerglings. It can just cost you the game. ZVZ in the early game is probably one of the hardest to do.
Yes, it is. It's a very micro-intensive matchup in the early game. I would say probably more so than any of the other mirror matches, at the very least. And it looks like Jetricxz might be going in to try and push back against treesquid a bit. There are 2 Banelings here for defense and 2 Spinecrawlers about to hatch. He won't be able to get that much damage done.
Yeah.
But it is good for him to know. And we have the 2 Banelings coming out, and it looks like those might... Oh, that's a lot of Lings gone for just 1 Baneling.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Jetricxz, he accidentally mismicroed and then in a Baneling just blew up on everything. Jetricxz, though, he is ahead in worker count. He's also going to be ahead in tech as he is getting +1 missile attacks, as well as his Roach Warren right now. And his lair is going to be starting up just a little bit later, but he still has that tech coming out a bit quicker.
Yep, we do see treesquid also going for the Roach Warren and going for a double evolution chamber, so he's going to try and catch up to Jetricxz and upgrades. Jetricxz will be just a tiny bit ahead. We'll see if he can exploit that advantage at all, or if he's just going to sit back and take up more.
Yeah, we'll have to wait. treesquid, with his double evo chamber, is going to be getting 1-1 for missile right away, while Jetricxz not going to be getting that +1 ground carapace. And if Jetricxz allows 1-1 to finish up and doesn't try and catch up, then he's going to be in a very awkward position, because especially when it's a mirror matchup, and then usually ZVZ does end up going into the same kind of composition, Roach, Hydra, Infester, or Lingbane Muta versus the same composition, if you're down in upgrades, that will just hinder your army just by so much.
Yep. We do see Jetricxz camping out about 6 Lings over in treesquid's third just to keep him from taking it. treesquid taking out the poor neutral supply depot. And it looks like they're both going to be satisfied to hold up behind their wall, at least for now.
Yep. And right now, Burrow on the way for both players. Jetricxz is going to be getting +1 ground carapace and an infestation pit, so he's going to try using a tech advantage over the whole, I'm going to get every single upgrade for every single unit right away, and then I'm going to tech. But treesquid is going to be getting a Hydraless Den as well. What do you think about this?
I would say the Hydras versus Jetricxz Infestors, it will really depend on micro. We do see treesquid actually coming in with an Overseer flyover just to get a clear idea of what's going on. He is going to see the infestation pit, and we'll see how much information he can get before he gets shot down.
And the Overseer is flying right by 2 queens, and the Overseer going to get in that little bit of dead airspace that is given on Daybreak.
And it looks like the Overseer is going to make it. Wow.
Yeah, it was very surprising, especially since the Overseer flew right over the Spore Crawler that was about to finish as well. But Jetricxz did do a good job on recognizing that the Spore Crawler is going to finish up. And right now, for Jetricxz, we have +2 missile attacks, Pathogen Glands just finished, first few Infestors on the way, and then +1 ground carapace about finished up. For our other Zerg player, treesquid, we have 2-2 on the way for missile, and Grooved Spines giving those Hydralisks just a little bit more range.
We do see treesquid actually going for a macro hatch in his base while Jetricxz is expanding to his third. It looks like he's going to be going for some form of a 2 base all-in roach play. What do you think?
Um, yeah, it's probably going to be Roach Hydra play from treesquid, as realistically you usually want to have your third base and then make your macro hatch. Maybe treesquid though was just playing a little bit too much Brood War, and then thought, hey, I'm supposed to go two base macro hatch and then get my third. No, this is SE2, you have to just do it the other way around. But we'll have to wait and see if it works out.
Yep, we do see Jetricxz's few lings that were over on his third coming back, picking off one Zergling that was being annoying at Jetricxz's third, actually. And he did leave one burrowed ling behind just to deny, at least for a moment, a third. And we do see treesquid's army moving across the map with slow Hydralisks in tow of the roaches.
Yep.
And it looks like they're going to be checking for a fourth and then swinging around for a third.
Yeah. And you do have to remember that Jetricxz, since he is expanding, he's going to be putting a lot of money into droning up. And now we do have treesquid coming in. A nice fungal from Jetricxz right off the bat. And all the roaches, though, they're kind of funneling in for Jetricxz. It's not working out too well. The fungals are decent for Jetricxz right now. There are just so many roaches and hydralisks here for treesquid, but it looks like the fungals are really showing that they're helping a lot for Jetricxz right now. The infestors, they need to throw down some more fungals. It looks like a bit of an infested Terran wall here. The roach reinforcements are trying to get pumped out for Jetricxz, but I don't know if it'll be enough, and it's looking like treesquid is going to overrun this third base.
It is looking that way, and in production for Jetricxz, we have a bunch more roaches, and they're going to come in, they're going to try and clean off this attacking army, but he has lost his third, he is now behind on hatcheries, and he's going to be forced to just hold here and try and hold at his wall for his natural, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make it.
Yeah, Jetricxz, he's down by, well, it doesn't look like a lot of supply, only about 10, but still, the most of the supply keeping on Jetricxz staying on the same supply isn't too much an army supply. It's looking about the same now, but those hydralisks just add so much DPS, plus also with treesquid having that +2 armor upgrade before Jetricxz, it's really showing.
I do like treesquid's move here. He knows that he picked off the third. He knows that his opponent's going to be behind on hatcheries now, and he's trying to retreat, but it looks like the roaches might be able to cut off the hydralisks as they're moving back. And without the roaches there, the hydralisks are just going to melt to the roaches.
Yeah,
that sentence made sense. And all the hydralisks are now gone for treesquid.
Yeah, that was very well done by Jetricxz, because the hydralisks have so much DPS, but sadly, they don't have any armor, and unlike Borderlands, corrosive weapons deal more damage to light units than armored units.
Very interesting reference. I do not play Borderlands.
Well, you should, because it's an awesome game.
Alright. I'll take your word for it. I don't have it. It looks like we are going to be actually getting Hive Tech up now for both for treesquid and Jetricxz already has Hive Tech, so I'm behind. But yep, treesquid is now getting up Hive Tech. He has, of course, his infestation researching pathogen glands, and 5 infestors on the way.
Yep, and right now we're going to have a Zergling run by from treesquid, but Jetricxz, his roaches are going to be catching quite a few of them, and it looks like the Zerglings will get picked off before being able to kill off any drones. Jetricxz going to be doing a double expand, which is a smart decision, because he's been down a base for a little bit. treesquid, though, hasn't really been able to take much advantage of his third base. It looks like he wants to stay on a 2-base economy because he's sending the drones from his main to the third now. We do have Jetricxz just going to be going mass roach at the moment. And the Spire on the way.
Now, Jetricxz's Overlord does not see treesquid as treesquid goes ahead and goes for his 4th base in the top left. An Overlord just there. He'll probably be able to see it after the creep starts spreading. I don't know if he saw the drones going in. We have burrowed roaches actually moving out now. from treesquid.
Yeah, this is going to be, well, one, going to take a while because burrowed roaches are ridiculously slow, and two, if it does get there, then it's going to most likely be able to deal quite a bit of damage. Currently on the map, there is only a overseer, so Jetricxz is pretty lacking in detection right now. And treesquid, he's sending these roaches over while getting up more hydralisks, getting his infestors, getting +3 missile attacks, which is a smart idea. Jetricxz, he's going to have to he's going to have to find these roaches right now because 4 are in the third and 5 heading to the natural right now.
Yep, Jetricxz does have a Zergling up in the top left to deny that expansion whenever he sees fit, and it looks like he's going to be having drones picked off. The roaches get into action, but they've already picked off one drone. They're doing burrow on burrow micro, and there is no detection over there at this moment. Also going on in the natural, all the drones are forced to run away there.
Yeah, and this... Sorry.
Roaches just took out Jetricx's 4th, and they're just pulling back before they take too much damage.
Yeah, this has actually done quite a bit of damage. 33 workers killed and counting right now for treesquid. The infestors are going to try funneling off these 5 roaches, but 5 roaches for about 25 drones is a ridiculously good trade.
Yeah, we do see Jetricx's Overseer finally come in so he can clean it up. He rebuilds his 4th base. And it looks like he has not chosen to unburrow that Zergling and treesquid's 4th, as another army is heading across the map to meet Jetricx's head-on.
Yeah, and now it looks like we're going to have a big engagement. Treesquid does not have many infestors with him, so no fungals. And now the infestors just showing up. The roach is going to try moving straight up to them to try and kill off these hydralisks here. The fungals are going down for both players. But Jetricxz, he is ahead in supply right now. More fungals going down for treesquid, and it's just showing that having so many fungals is just helping so much for Jetricxz right now. And now these roaches just going to clean up whatever's left.
They do not have an Overseer with them, those. So actually, that Overseer could come in and pick those off. But
yeah,
there is 3 roaches and 1 infestor that stayed behind. And his roaches are actually going to go in and try and take out treesquid's 4th now, right as his 4th is finishing.
Yes. And now, as this 4th goes down, I'd just like to note that treesquid, he's using tunneling claws very efficiently. He's also has some roaches set up at the 3rd base of Jetricxz right now for another burrow drone attack. And he's just doing so well with this. Especially since we are on the GSL version of Daybreak, where it's not the regular base resource amounts. It's 6 minerals, 1 gas.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. But actually, it looks like treesquid is ready to go into the late game. His Greater Spire is halfway done, and Jetricxz does not even know that it was ever a spire there. He does have an Overseer ready for a flyover. While Jetricxz is being attacked in his natural, all the drones do burrow.
Yep. And now more Zerglings coming in here to try and see if they can help do any damage. Jetricxz, though, he's playing a little bit sloppy, in my opinion. His infestors are just not doing what they need to do. The Corruptor is just now starting up for him as well, so he's going to be behind in the Broodlord count.
He is indeed. As a matter of fact, it looks like we have 3 Broodlords, which are already about to pop out, along with a bunch of Corruptors. And Jetricxz actually has not started any Broodlords yet.
Yeah, Jetricxz right now, he is focusing a lot on just getting his 4th and 5th back up right now. And then he's also just maxing out on roaches. He needs to get those Broodlords out. He needs to finish up his upgrades. And just there's so many little things that Jetricxz he needs to fill in the holes for, and then he'd be perfectly able to deal with treesquid's army. But they're just not there.
Yeah. Right now, Jetricxz does have an advantage in mobility. Treesquid is currently pinned down by his broodlords, and if he can catch the army while it's moving, and without the broodlords with it, that will be very key. But it looks like the army is going to go ahead, and it's going to be it's going to hang on the high ground for a little bit, and then push into Jetricx's fourth at some point, maybe. Come on.
Yep.
Yep.
And,
there we go.
Yep. Treesquid now pushing in nice bungles from Jetricxz on the roaches there. Infested Terrans are getting knocked down right underneath the broodlords. Also a fungal on the broodlords. Very well done. And Jetricxz, though, with his Great Concave, might actually be able to take this, but he needs some sort of anti-air. His Infestors, they still have quite a bit of energy, and he needs to use it up, or else he's going to be in such a bad position. But Jetricxz, though, still up in supply. All the broodlords did go down because Jetricxz has so many corruptors with him versus treesquid. And now treesquid, he lost that battle.
He did, and Jetricxz did come out on top. Like you were saying, the Infestors, they did have energy that they could have been using that may have made the battle go better in Jetricx's favor, but that was very nice technique with the Infested Terran going immediately under the broodlords while they were fungal to prevent them from escaping.
Yeah, and right now Jetricxz is just going to go for a little bit of a counterattack with a few roaches across the map here. And Jetricxz, he's going to be unburrowing these, but still, with all these corruptors, I think what Jetricxz is trying to do is just not build any broodlords, but have so much anti-air that his opponent can't either.
Indeed, and those corruptors are very good for picking off any overseers and overlords that they do come across. And it looks like he might just be trying to, like you were saying, make sure that treesquid doesn't have too many broodlords. We do see some broodlords finally morphing in right outside his opponent's base. Total of 8 broodlords. And that could be devastating as there isn't all that much anti-air from treesquid.
Yeah, the first 5, well, not first 5, but 5 infestors are just now on the way for treesquid, but they're not going to have as much energy as they need. A few infested Terrans are getting spawned in underneath Jetricx's broodlords, but as they were in their eggs, and they only have 70 health, the broodlings just got rid of them instantly.
Yeah, we do see Jetricxz coming up again to deny treesquid's fourth. Treesquid has not been able to have that fourth up, and that has managed to keep Jetricxz on top of things. Jetricxz now operating fully on 5 bases, while Treesquid stuck on 3, and he's forced to tap out.
GG.
And Jetricxz takes the game. I think this.
Best of 3, yeah.
Best of 3? Okay. Jetricxz takes the first game.
Yeah.
And we'll be back to you shortly.
Yeah, it's best of 3. Okay. Alright, everybody, so stay tuned. We're going to be back with game number 2 between Jetricxz and
Treesquid.
Yes, treesquid. That was not fun forgetting his name. I feel bad now. Yeah, so please stay tuned. Also, be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook, which is IvD Gaming.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just go there.
Because we're awesome.
Magic 8 Ball. I'm just your random average nice guy. There ain't much hype about my type. I ain't that fly. I can't get a girl to think of me twice. I'm just too nice. I need advice, and that's no lie.
Alright, just gonna ask him for this that pick.
Whoever
Let's
said
get going.
that sex is better with a partner? I think must
That
have never slept
Where
with
is
me.
it?
Maybe I'm just down 'cause she's
Okay,
skipped
confused.
town and left me hanging. Black crystal ball, what do you see?
Treesquid. Where are you?
She's sleeping alone. phone. Or is some other guy holding her tight? As I sit here alone, magic evil. What's my destiny? Will she ever come back to me? Magic evil. I'm desperate to see. What's your answer? What will it be? What will it be? I ain't got that element of mystery. You might regret that what you get is what you see. I think she dumped me 'cause I don't like to fight. I drink Bud Light every night and watch TV. Is she sleeping alone tonight? 'Cause she won't answer the phone. Or is some other guy holding her tight? As I sit here alone, magic evil. What's my destiny? Will she ever come back to me? Magic evil. I'm desperate to see. What's your answer? What will it be? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Shake it up, shake it up. Ask again later. Shake it up, shake, shake. Maybe I should. Shake it up, shake it up. Will I ever date her? Shake it up, shake, shake. You know what that thing says? I'll look not so good. Magic evil. What's my destiny? Will she ever come back to me? Magic evil. I'm desperate to see. What's your answer? What will it, what will it, what magic evil? What's my destiny? Will she ever come back to me? Magic evil. I'm desperate to see. What's your answer? What will it be? Love it, only love. Love it, only love. Just 'cause we share the same color skin, don't assume that I won't take offense to racist comments whispered under your breath. I won't contribute to your ignorance.
Alright, everybody, welcome back to the IvD Gaming number 77. This is the fourth qualifier, and the last qualifier for the IvD Gaming number 80, which is our big invitational slash qualifier tournament for 200 bucks. This is game number 2 between Jetricxz and treesquid. It's going to be on Newkirk District this time. Spawning on top of Pingzerg. He is also one of our colleagues from IvD Gaming. Spawning on the bottom right, it is Jetricxz.
And then spawning in the bottom left, currently down 0-1. The green Zerg looking for a comeback. We have treesquid. Alright. So, I know a lot about Protoss on this map, and I like air on this map. What do you think about Zerg on this map, though? Could we see Muta?
Yes, we very well could, mainly because of the fact of all the open airspace on the bottom and the fact that no one likes those inner bases on the bottom of the map. They just feel off and are too hard to defend, realistically. So, Mutalist, very well an option, but also on this map, we could very well see it go into a very late game situation. Mainly because the third base, rather close, and then also there's a base that is directly below the main base that could also function as a third or a fourth base. So it's very easy to get a large number of bases on this map compared to other maps.
Indeed, and I would say that creep spread is going to be very important on this map. You see, after the third base, when you get into the higher base numbers, you can either expand way up to the north, over in that awkward expansion that we were talking about, to the left and right, respectively, of each base, but it's like there's a lot of distance that you would need to be able to cover very quickly. Counterattacks are going to become very useful in the late game. And treesquid looks like he's already saying, alright, I don't want this game to end in 2 minutes. And he's put down a spawning pool first and followed that quickly up with a hatchery. And it looks like Jetricxz actually went hatchery first and then spawning pool.
Yeah, this is rather greedy play we're seeing out of Jetricxz this game. It did look like he wanted to do the same sort of thing last game as well, and it did work out for him. So maybe he's just gonna try seeing if it'll work for him again. Even though this is just a 2-player map, it is a very long rush distance compared to other 2-player maps such as Ohana.
Indeed. And there are a lot of paths that they could go around too, but like I just want to make note of these 2 watchtowers on the map. They do fully cover both attack paths. So if you can keep control Oh! Ha! Well, would you look at that? Jetricxz actually put down an evolution chamber blocking the direct gas route for treesquid. A little weird.
Yeah, that's very cute play coming out of Jetricxz there. And then he's also using the broodlings to try and kill off any drones, and he killed a drone with them. Oh my god.
But I think that might become standard. It's like cannon rushing is Zerg's natural, but different. Actually, it's totally different, but you know.
It's like engineering bay block.
But the engineering base spits out fire when you kill it.
Yeah. And then the fire can be directed to a certain direction and last 30 seconds.
Yep, I'm not sure how much gas damage that did. It probably slowed down speed just a little bit as far as getting the 100 gas up to get speed going. But I would say that with the combination of the broodlings there, if it didn't manage to pay for itself, it at least got really close to paying for itself. We are going to see Ling versus Ling in the middle of the map, and it looks like treesquid's going to try and just run by, and he does make it with only 3 hit points left. He's now on tower duty.
Yep, and now Jetricxz just going to be using whatever links he had left from the battle to go straight up into the main, because there are 2 spine crawlers going down at the natural expansion, so it'd be pretty foolish to stay there. And now all those drones are pretty undefended, going to try killing them off as much as possible, but treesquid going to do that hold position micro to keep his drones alive, but he's losing a lot of mining time with this.
Yeah, and so far 3 drones have been picked off by this lings, and then by these lings, and then you add in the other one to make that 4 drones for 4 lings. Very effective trade on the part of Jetricxz.
Yeah, and also along with that, treesquid, he accidentally misclicked around to the back, and instead of clicking on the mineral left the back, he clicked behind it, and then lost quite a bit of mining time. So Jetricxz did a ton of damage with that. Now his metabolic boost finishing up, Roach Horn on the way, 2 more gases on the way as well, so he's going to be going up to Roach Tech pretty quickly.
Yep, and we do see a bunch of banelings. Banelings, again, are very good for both defense and offense. treesquid looks to be fairly well welled up in his natural now. He has about 3 spine crawlers about to finish, 2 banelings there for defense. But Jetricxz just knows everything that's going on right now with his overlord placement. There's no way that treesquid can really sneak anything in, and he will know if there is a counterattack coming as well. Very nice overlord placement as far as Jetricxz go.
Yes, especially because the default path goes right underneath all of those overlords. So even though that Xel'Naga tower that treesquid has, well, no longer has because Jetricxz just took it himself, that Xel'Naga tower covers a lot of area as well, but Jetricxz just gonna be getting as much map control as he can. This is very smart, especially since he has a late lair, because it's very scary, especially on a map with so much airspace that goes from main base to main base, that mules can fly straight through. This is very smart.
Yeah, and we do see treesquid actually going ahead for double Hydralisk in. I'm not sure if that's on purpose or not. I mean, are there 2 upgrades? I don't know. But he's going to be going Hydra. And yep, he's going Hydra. He's most certainly going Hydra. We'll see if he cancels one of those.
You know what I think it is? I think he probably thinks that if you have 2 Hydralisks ends, then your Hydralisks are made twice as fast.
Oh, we see a Nidus network actually going down for treesquid. This could get interesting. This could definitely get interesting. Yep. And the Overseer Scout getting into position for Jetricxz. Not for Jetricxz. For treesquid. Treesquid. The green one. And it looks like we're going to have a Nidus play coming in here soon, just as soon as these are done. Does he have the units to put into the Nidus Bay in production? So far we have 5 Hydralisks, which are waiting in line to get into the Nidus Network Fun Tunnel.
Yep. And Jetricxz just trying to go into the main base there. Now, Nidus worms on this map are extremely strong, and Jetricxz actually finding the Nidus Canal, or Nidus Network, because this isn't Brood War, and automatically sending his worms there. But anyways, Nidus worm play is very strong on this map because of how ridiculously big the main base is. So if you don't have vision of your entire base, you will have trouble trying to spot it. And
oh, go ahead.
When you're colored pink or purple on this map and you're doing Nidus worm play in ZVZ, you have an advantage that normally isn't there.
So Jetricxz did luckily see the Nidus Network. He saw when he knew immediately that a Nidus worm was coming out, came in, sniped off the worm right away, and it looks like we're going to see a bunch of lings coming out of treesquid now. He's kind of in a panic, as there's 5 Hydralisks and a bunch of spine crawlers to defend against these roaches. Lings coming in from the back, and it looks like those roaches are going to be forced to retreat.
Yeah, but all of the Zerglings have died, and there's still quite a few roaches out for Jetricxz. Jetricxz doubling treesquid supply at the moment because he decided to go for that Nidus were in play, and the Roach Warrens just finished up. One Spine Crawler gonna go down. The Roach is gonna try walking past. The Spine Crawler is a very smart move. A lot more Zerglings did just come out. Roach Reinforcements trying to come by, but those are only 3 Roaches, and now 5 more, and some nice burrow micro coming out of Jetricxz. They're going to be saving quite a few of his Roaches, clearing out so many Spine Crawlers. The Queen also going down. Jetricxz doing so much damage right here.
This is very impressive, and if treesquid doesn't have any units coming out, he has 12 lings coming out, he calls GG, and that puts the set going to Jetricxz 2-0. Good job, Jetricxz. And we'll see you in the next round.
This is only single elimination, so sadly treesquid will not be able to qualify at all for our number 80 tournament. Hopefully he's joined one of our other tournaments, as IvD Gaming runs tournaments every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yep, and you can stay up to date by following us on Twitter, by liking our page on Facebook, by following us here. And all of those are at IvD Gaming, facebook.com/IvD Gaming. And then also all of the games can be seen very soon after the tournament at youtube.com/IvDTV.
All right. So please stay tuned. We'll be right back with another best of 3.